Hello, St. Louis! It's Springfield, Stephen. And welcome back to my Let's Play of The Simpsons Hit and Run for the PlayStation 2. But even though we finished the story, there's still a few more little things I wanted to show off. And that included all of the remaining stuff that I hadn't bought in during the Let's Play. Because, you know, everything is really expensive. You have to grind for a lot of coins. So to make life a bit easier, I booted up my old save file, which I did about 2 years ago. And I just grinded for coins. Simple as that. Thankfully, I did have a few more things than I did in the new file, so I didn't have to grind quite as much. I did have to buy the Hersa again. But it didn't take me as long as I thought it was going to, and my reason for that is because I managed to use a little bit of programming abuse that I discovered on GameFAQs. So all you need to do is fill up your hit and run meter, pause the game immediately when you get the hit and run, then go to your mission select, and it should, I still got the coins, your hit and run meter should still be active. It's draining really fast. It's draining at the speed it would do if you were in a vehicle, but it also fills up really quickly. But the police will never actually come after you. By using this strategy, you can keep the meter up, you'll be in no fear of getting a hit and run, and you can just destroy vehicle after vehicle after vehicle. And that's 10 coins per vehicle, so it's still a bit slow, but it's a lot faster than just doing time trial races over again. Especially in this level where they only cover half of it anyway. But this is a really useful way. I'm glad I discovered this. So I found this via GameFAQs. I was just looking up to see if there was a cheat code that allowed you to get more coins. But there wasn't. But thankfully I managed to use this strategy instead. But because of that, it's allowed me to buy all of the other items, everything that I missed. So the game is 100% complete. But just before we do that, there's one other thing that I just need to show off, and to do that, we need to head to level 4.
3:28 a.m.
Alright, so we're back in level 4, and the one thing that I didn't show off when playing through this level was the time trial race, so let's just get this out of the way now. And I decided to do it with an easy vehicle. Sadly, the actual cost to do it doesn't change, but the payout is lower. I think the pay-in remains the same anyway. So this is the hover bike. We saw this in Lemon of Troy, the penultimate episode of Season 6. One of my all-time favourites. Whoops. And I decided to just show it off for this race. So this is the most expensive thing you can buy in the game. It costs 1,000 coins. Why it's the most expensive is beyond me. Because yes, along with the open wheel racer, it is the fastest. But it's very weak. And its handling isn't the best either. So I don't think this deserves to be the most expensive car in the game. I'd still say the hearse is probably the best vehicle in the game. It's got great speed, not quite as high as this, but you know, it's still 4.5 stars. The acceleration is pretty much the same. It's pretty tough. It's got good handling. It's everything you need. This is good in the speed department and pretty bad everywhere else. So I don't really think this deserves to be the most expensive vehicle in the game. It's 1,000 coins. That's a lot of coins. Just for this one vehicle. I don't know, did somebody at all think that they should maybe talk to the people who are in charge of the prices for all of these vehicles and all the costumes and tell them to just stop? Because everything just gets so expensive in this game. I think I'm going to end up, I think I'm attracting the police's attention just a little too much. Because again, I'm pretty sure it's not the Springfield Police Department that are coming after me, because why would they do that? Why would Chief Wiggum at all bother to do that? Because, you know, it's Chief Wiggum. mean, maybe if I just kept running over Ralph, you might come. But other than that, I don't think she freaking really gonna bother coming after us. So I'm hoping that I can get to the end without triggering the hit and run. Again, if I finish the race, the police will disappear. You know, just as though I finished the mission. But let's see if I can actually avoid getting the hit and run in the first place. It's going to be quite close. I may be in an easy vehicle because of the handling. I only had 2 seconds remaining. But there's my payoff. Which means that we can just save. Not that there's really any point. I mean, I'm saving a 100% file, so it's quite pointless. Come on, you. And now, we can quit the game and find out just what else the Simpsons Hit and Run has to offer. Once this loading screen's out of the way. I do like how Scratchy's eyes are following the saw. It's kind of weird because when I was watching the Itchy and Scratchy movie thing that we saw, the 500-mile gash or whatever it was called, the actual animation, the actual appearance of the models of Itchy and Scratchy, because of that cartoonish look, actually looks exactly like the characters would go on to appear. Homer? Cobras! Cobras! Yeah, the character models actually looked like how everyone would appear in the Simpsons game, which came out like 4 years after this. It's kind of interesting. But this is our scrapbook, and as you can see, everything is done. All vehicles, all clothing, all collector cards, all missions. So this allows the scrapbook is pretty much your progress. You can go to your missions, and this allows you to select any missions that are here. You can do you can view up a picture for each mission of just a location, regardless of usually. It might have a very slight thing to do with the level, although I'm not really sure what this has to do with Flowers by Irene, but yeah, it's just a random picture that's taken from Springfield. If a particular building is involved, it will be there. SMRC, we had to race skin it to the school. We're helping Flanders here. We had to destroy Smithers' car before he got to the power plant, so that all makes sense. But I don't know why we have the gold house and the cemetery here. You can reselect any mission. It's like the level selects, but you can't reselect the bonus missions. You also don't have access to the tutorial mission, the Cola Caper. That's a one-time thing, as are the bonus missions. You can view your costumes. They'll appear as that first, but then any ones you bought will reappear. You have a still image. I kind of wish that you could rotate the image, get a full image of it, but I'm going to stop saying image. This is all you're going to get. So we have our Homer Casual from many episodes, Homer Moo Moo from King Size Homer, and Homer Chosen One from Homer the Great. And for Bart's first set of costumes, we have Tool Bart from Radioactive Man. That's a really weird looking angle. Bart Football from Bart Star, and Bart Ninja from the Telltale Head, and there is a later episode that he appears in as well. And now we have Lisa's outfit. So we have Lisa Cool from Summer at 4'2" or whatever it was. Lisa Florida, or Florida, from Springfield with a $sign, or How I Learned to whatever. It's like a 2-part title thing. And Lisa Hockey from Lisa on Ice. For Marge's outfits, we have our inmate outfit from Marge in Chains. Our classy outfit from insert name here, because I've forgotten it again. And our police outfit from the Springfield Connection. You guys can probably hear these L1 and R1 buttons, it's really loud. This damn controller, I really need to get a proper one. Apu's costumes. Apu Army from Homer the Vigilant. Apu the American from... The title was on the tip of my tongue, but no, it's gone. I don't remember. Insert name there. And Apu B Sharps from Homer's Barbershop Quartet. For level 6, Bart's second set of outfits. This one's not even Bart, it's just Hugo. How's this even a costume? It's a different character. But it's Hugo from The Thing and I, Treehouse of Horror 7. Bart Cadet from The War of Lisa Simpson. Or something like that. And Bartman from 3 Men and a Comic Book. I think he did appear in one other episode as well. Plays a more significant role in the Simpsons game. And Homer's Halloween outfits. Homer Dirty from... I think he did appear in one episode. I think it was the opening to Treehouse of Horror 2. I think. Just before Bart and Lisa came back with all their candy. Sweets, whatever you want to call them. I am evil Homer. I am evil Homer. He's appeared in Marge in Chains and in one other episode. And Homer Donuts. He's been picking at it because he's so sweet and tasty. From The Devil and Homer Simpson, Treehouse of Horror 4. We can view all of our collector cards again. Nothing is any different here. We've already been over those. And we can view our vehicles. So we still have the family sedan, the Electorus, the pickup truck, the donut truck, the surveillance van, and the Plow King. It does include your default vehicle. No secret vehicles though. For level 2, the Honor Roller, Moe's sedan, the World War II vehicle, the limo, fire truck, and Mr. Plow. That's my name. That name again is Mr. Plow. For level 3, we have our Malibu Stacy car, the book burning van, Skinner's sedan, complete with his mother, who can be seen in the back there, the donut truck, looking a lot smaller in its image there, the nerd car, and school bus. Although that, I don't know what the deal with that image though is. All the others still, the pictures all still show drawings of the regular cars. So I don't know why Lisa's isn't built yet. That makes it encouraging when you're driving around. Level 4, the Canyonero, the Clown Car, the Kremlin, Krusty's Limo, the Curator's Car, and Willie's Tractor. For level 5, we have the Longhorn. It's yellow, that's wrong. The El Coro Loco, or whatever, the hover car, the police car, the cola truck, and the Homer. From level 6, we have the Ferini Red, the 36 Stutz Bearcat, the Little Bandit, the armored car that we destroyed, the Chase sedan that we destroyed a number of, and appeared in a few other levels as well. Surprisingly, it took until level 6 for us to actually get that. And for level 7, we still have the 70 sports car, the open wheel racer, Mr. Burns' limo, the hover van, the hearse, and the zombie car. So it doesn't show us the secret vehicles even once we found them, and there are a number of vehicles that can only be obtained through cheat codes. I think one of them is actually the milk trucks that we destroyed. But I've never tried any of those. These are our stats that we can also view. So as you can see, 49 out of 49 story missions. Technically 50 if you want to include the tutorial. 7 out of 7 bonus missions. 21 out of 21 street races. 49 out of 49 collector cars. 21 out of 21 character clothings. 35 out of 35 vehicles. 140 out of 140 wasp cameras. 84 out of 84 gags. 7 out of 7 movies, including the bonus movie. And 100.0% game completed. And what do we get for completing the game? A Krusty sticker. I think it's a sticker or a badge, whatever it is. That is what you get. That is all you get. Despite how long it takes, even if you didn't try the little trick with the hit and run meter, that's all you're going to get for all of the grinding you have to do for coins. It's a pretty lousy reward, but better than nothing. The load menu takes you inside the VCR. You can reselect a new game. It'll give you the option, because if you want to restart, you lose any unsaved progress. You can select the city or the couch, and this is your options menu. You can affect the controller, which immediately goes over to the game controller. You can Have your vibrations, see what the controls are both on in the car and in foot. You can affect the sound. So you can change your various sound settings. View any of the movies that you've unlocked at this point. So we have every single one unlocked. The one at the introduction movie, the one that where Krusty's on the TV, all of the level films, and level 3's bonus movie. And we can view the game's credits. But before we do that, let's go over here to bonus game, complete with the open wheel racer that drives into the camera. So what's this all about? This is what you get for collecting all 7 collector cards in a level. You get a little track based around each part of the level, and it's a race. You can have as little as 1 lap or as many as 5. We're going to have 3 laps for each one. We can change what direction we want to go in, clockwise or anti-clockwise. So let's go with anti-clockwise for now. You can pick any character, so let's go with Homer because we played as him in level 1. And let's choose the family sedan. I think by default the characters have to, the game will choose vehicles for the other characters that are fair competition with the vehicle you chose. Because if you chose a really slow one and then someone's in the hearse or the hoverbike, you know what, I might be wrong. I'm in the family sedan and I'm going up against the police car. This isn't fair at all. Because it really can be like that, because this is multiplayer. I mean, I'm doing this in single player, so this is all just the AI. I couldn't turn there for some reason. But this can be multiplayer. It's going to be up to 4 players, so if you're in the PS2, I imagine that's going to require the multi-tap or something. But this is what you get. It's just a little racing course that goes for an angled overhead. I'm not sure if this qualifies as overhead, but this is all it is. It's just a race. It serves as a Grand Prix, and simple, come first. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to come third. Yeah, this isn't going to go down well because everybody is in a faster car than me. That's totally fair. Unfortunately, in the old save file, I forgot to turn off the vibrations. So yeah, the vibration is still on for the old save file. Very easy to get your car to blow up. It's very difficult to control here. I always have a hard time. And the music becomes rather depressing if you fail. No, I don't want to race again, thank you. Yeah, for the sake of simplicity, let's just to keep it at 1 lap, even though I'm gonna lose badly. They're all in order of the level you unlock them in, so let's go for the hearse, because the hearse is awesome. There's no point in waiting for other players' game because nobody else is here. There is only one PS2 controller inside the console. There is only one PS2 controller here. And they can be in any vehicle. It's in the monorail. How does the monorail take off that fast? It's the monorail. How did it do that? Okay, that's just weird. How is the monorail? The destroyed remains of the monorail. I'm stuck. I'm too distracted by that. How is that the fastest? What is going on with these controls now? Okay. This is getting really awkward. If we don't cross the line within the 10 seconds, it'll just be a DNF. Did not finish. I think so that's what it's going to be. Oh, I'm right there. No, now Homer wins. He won it in the monorail. I mean, granted, we've seen how fast that thing can go, but how did he go? How did it take off that fast? And why can't it go that fast when I'm driving it? Well, mono. Don't! Well, not really. It's like mono. Woohoo! Now we can go to level 3s. The courses are short. The issue I have with these is just the camera angles. And it can make controlling the vehicles, you know, it really messes up where you want to go. I am being pushed off. I am in the water. I am stuck. Where am I going? You can tell I don't play these very often because why would I want to? Because the controls suck. Well, because you can't tell where you're going with this camera angle. This is all you're going to be doing. You're just hitting the walls. Ah! Right, I can't go anywhere. I'm completely stuck. Controls can't make up their minds whether or not they want to go left or right. What am I stuck on now? I blew up. Honestly, that's usually the best way on actually sorting out your positioning. Blow up the car. Oh, they actually had to give you spanners in this race. Yeah, I am really bad at these. So if you want any sort of fair chance in this, do it in with multiple people. Because the AI is not going to play that friendly. And of course, when I was actually practicing this the other day, I did manage to do it flawlessly. And trusted to put me by a wall. Yeah, they're all based off a little part of the level. So this one goes into the power plant and into the poor section of Springfield. Past the cornfield, though there is no crop circle Bart's head on it. Come on. We were going well for a moment, but it appears the grey car is completely stuck. It's not going anywhere, but yeah, they can be in any car at all during the bonus races. Come on! Why do the controls suddenly decide to switch around when you're reversing? I don't get that. Come on! And I still lost. I mean, anything that isn't first is counted as a loss, but controls seem to change. You go left. If you're holding left and you go forward, you're going to go left. But if you're reversing, you're going to go right. Because it's the back of the car that decides to go left instead. And it really throws you off. Yeah, it's not the most... It's not the best price for collecting all of the collector cards. Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world. Finding all the cards isn't exactly hard. It's actually kind of weird to see. The best thing about these, really, I'd say, is seeing what vehicles are going to pop up. What have we seen them drive so far? So far, we've seen them driving regular street cars. We've seen them driving the milk float. I think a few races ago, someone was driving one of the cell cars from the final mission in level 2 that we had to destroy. So they can be driving absolutely anything. It's kind of interesting to see what's actually going to turn up. It's probably the most exciting thing here. I'm waiting for someone to turn up in the alien car from level 7. I'm not sure what player 2... Yeah, player 2 is controlling. Come on! Seriously! Becoming a nightmare. And the controls are really do fit. Ah! You turn a lot faster than you think you will. I mean, it can depend on the car, but you turn a lot faster than you think you will. And it's really annoying. Just go straight to the race. You don't need to wait for anybody else. There's no way I can skip that, sadly. You know, the one positive thing, the loading screens aren't very long. I wonder why. It's not like it's loading a lot. If it wasn't a normal car this time. And look, we're at Springfield Dam. Whoa! And I jumped over the dam. Or to be more accurate. No, I don't want to go back into it. I jumped into the dam. That time I jumped over it. And I reversed into it. Because the controls have already thrown me off. Bart falls down, he does do like a double scream. Oh, this camera angle sucks. I can't tell where I am. Only one time have I ever actually done well in these races. I actually managed to get quite a number of wins. I don't remember what I was doing though. But I was somehow successful. Thankfully this is the last one, but I've come last in every single one of these so far, despite the fact that I came first in one just the other day. Surprise, surprise. This is it, this is the final thing. Final race. It's on fire! How appropriate that the book burning mobile is also here. How did I end up in there? It's now my question. You can't see where the hazards are either. I don't know who thought this was a good idea. But I hope they were fired. Smithers, tell me his name. Matt Groening. Right, I want this Groening fired. Wait a minute. Thankfully, as far as I'm aware, it's not Matt Groening who came up with this. I'm sure he had some involvement in the actual game. It's been a while since I watched Did You Know Gaming's video on this, but I'm going the wrong way. I don't suppose by default it's programmed to allow me to go across, is it? Nah, that'll be too easy. I don't know where exactly do you have to cross in order for that to activate it? Ah! Come on! Yeah, I don't care. I'm gonna wait here. My car already looks like it's on fire, so why can't it just be on fire? Why am I moving forwards? But that's it. We no longer need to have any sort of involvement in that. The bonus races are terrible. At the very least, they give you a much better reward for collecting all of the cards. But, yeah. It's like they realise, you know what, let's just give them something sucky. It's not like these collector cards are very hard to collect. Alright, so the very last thing I'm just going to cover are my final thoughts, because it turns out there's actually voice acting during these credits. I don't know how much of them there is, but I've never watched these credits all the way through. I'm just hoping it's, so I'm assuming it's not going to be like the Simpsons game where I swear it just repeats itself so it never ends, because I must have been waiting for like 40 minutes for those things to end, if not longer. And I can manipulate it to affect its speed. But you can't do any of that here. So I'm interested in seeing what these voice works are, actually. So, final thoughts. This is widely considered to be the best Simpsons game ever made, and that's something that I can definitely agree with. And this is coming from someone who's only experienced 4 games, you know. Road Rage is bad, Skateboarding's worse, Simpsons game is okay. But this one, there are a few issues with it, and most of it's going to be in terms of 100%ing it, where everything is so expensive. It starts off fine in the first 4 levels, but when you get to around level 5, it all starts to get pretty bad. And so if you're not collecting all of the coins, well, you better hope you haven't just bought something and then begin a mission where it's told you need to buy this for said coins and you no longer have that amount. That's definitely going to be problematic for you. The game does have a few technical issues here and there. The frame rate does drop a bit, especially when the hover car is on screen, but it does also happen when there's quite a lot of cars around. Maybe it's a PS2 exclusive. Whether or not it occurs on the PC, GameCube and Xbox versions is something I don't know. The graphics are pretty good. You know, I definitely think that the Simpsons is translated well into 3D here. You know, the character models are a bit on the bare side in terms of actual animations. I would have liked if they did have, they could actually do a bit more when they're talking to each other. And during the actual cutscenes, they're fine. But when the characters are just talking to each other at the beginning and during the missions and everything like that, you know, the characters only ever seem to have just one animation, which can look really out of place at times. You know, the only ones that Homer ever seems to do is he'll either move his head left or right, hold his arms up in the air and shake his head, or he just, I wave my fist angrily at you, stupid Flanders. It could do with a bit more in terms of the animation there. The vehicles are fine. I enjoy most of them. Though some of them aren't great, but you know, that can be expected. Some vehicles are obviously going to be better than others. I love the environment. One of the issues that I do have though is the hit and run. You'd think for a game called The Simpsons Hit and Run then it would actually have some sort of involvement in the story. But it doesn't. It's just an inconvenience really. It's something I think the game could have done without, frankly. But it's there. You know, I guess it's some way to try and stop you from just abusing, blowing up cars to obtain loads of coins. Even though there's a way to do that anyway. But considering how expensive everything is, I think that obviously would have been better if it wasn't all there. You know, apart from costumes and cars, going after everything in the levels, I'd say is pretty fun. You gotta search every nook and cranny for the likes of those WASP cameras, but other than that, finding everything is pretty easy. It's a very easy game overall. Most of the missions aren't too bad. It might be a few that you struggle with on your first try, but the only ones that I could really say are quite difficult. The Cola Wars might catch you off a bit on your first try, or the first few tries actually, especially if you end up thinking you're supposed to drive everywhere. Don't. Just do it on foot. I did have, obviously we have Set to Kill. That was definitely one of the worst. Final mission as well, Alien Autopsy Part 3. Well, you saw what happened. Right at the end of the mission, you saw what happened. And it decided it then wanted to give me a hard time after that. Other than that though, pretty great all around. I really enjoy this game. So, to end this off, hey Barney. Hello fishies! I'm going to cut to the credits. You guys can hear the music that's there. But we've also got Kang and Kodos talking over them a bit. You know, they now have to sit through the stupid video game credits. So as I finish off, I gotta say, it's probably going to be a bit of time before I actually get to uploading anything else, because I'm actually moving house at the end of September. So I'll probably end up recording bits of the next game before I move, but other than that, what I might do, I might not do, haven't decided yet. So videos will resume uploading somewhere in October. I'll try not to have you guys waiting too long, but thank you so much for joining me on this little adventure through Springfield. I can say the next time we'll meet up in the Simpsons universe, it will be the Simpsons game. I only own the PS2 version at the moment, so I want to see if I can get the PS3 version, because I understand that there are quite a number of differences. Mostly the same game, but there are some differences. In terms of boss fights, object placement, certain level designs. So I can't say which version you guys can expect to see. But I'm not going to be getting to the Simpsons movie for quite some time. I don't know when. Because I do have a list of Let's Plays to do. And next up on that list, we're going to be heading back to the, well, sort of back to the PS3, whilst also being on the PS2. By that I mean an HD port of Ratchet and Clank. Not the newly released one on the PlayStation 4, the original game. from 2002, only, you know, in HD. So, I can say that I'm looking forward to that, and I've just finished Ratchet & Clank 2, actually, for the first time, so it'll be interesting to see what it's like to go back to Ratchet & Clank 1 after the second game. But yeah, Ratchet & Clank 2 will be my next Let's Play. So for now, I'll leave you guys in the company of the late, for now, Kang and Curtis. See you guys then.
That guy deserves such a probing. Who are these people? I never saw them during production.
They implement torture and punishment. The other drones scuttle and run at their approach.
What is the difference between an associate producer and a producer anyway?
Well, if you ask me, these humans spent too much time exchanging long protein strands with one another.
This clutch of primates.
They dispense the millions of green currency credits required to build the recreational software.
What do Earthlings do with these green credits?
They are used to control the rationing of essential items like food and toilet seats. Huh. If I get another memo from that guy, I swear I'm going to klutz.
Alpha male. His sweet odor and brightly colored shirts ensure his dominance.
He'll never know his workers have been slowly poisoning him. I really have no idea what these people did.
Next year, let's use the female for our cross-fertilization initiative.
Ha! She wouldn't give you 10 seconds.
Talk about a waste of DNA.
Indeed, I met smarter people in the drunk tank. These humans were okay.
This guy was always saying, "Don't go there." What a loser. One of these guys had the creepiest forehead.
Huh. I've blown better special effects out of my smell hole.
These people made the, quote, movies in the software. Hopefully not everyone will skip their creations as I did. These humans made me look fat.
Oh, stop it. You're as thin as the day I birthed you.
And these bipeds?
They are the slave underclass, tied to radiation dispensers day and night.
Truly, death is their only release.
This one is most entertaining. I laid my eggs in his brain tissue.
The Earthlings never learned we replaced these guys with clones eons ago.
Through them, our bloody vengeance will soon be complete. So these must be the auditory humanoids. Strange how they are all so old.